we've talked about this before, and they are one of my favorite monsters in D&D, Intellect Devourers. What are these things? They are so upsetting. They are a giant brain with feet, but they're also weirdly the deadliest monsters in D&D sometimes.
They can be.
Yeah.
They sort of attack in an uncharacteristic way, which is really kind of frightening and novel. But you're right. They have a long history in D&D, going all the way back to the earliest versions of the game. And they've always been these little brains with clawed feet that scuttle around. They are part of a type of creature we call aberrations because they're so weird and out there.
Right.
Very kind of cosmic horror-esque.
Right.
But in sort of our current lore, they are created by mind flayers, which are also creepy aberrations. From humanoid brains, basically, that then grow into these intellect devourers, which then the mind flayers kind of unleash out into the world, almost like stray cats.
Right.
You know? And then the intellect devourers go out and they find prey, which is other humanoids, and they can attack you with their brains psionically. And they kind of stupefy you or, stun you into a submissive state and drain away your ability to think clearly and exercise your intellect until you are basically a dullard or a mentally stricken, that you cannot defend yourself. And that's when they do their terrible thing, which is they basically psionically consume your brain and then phase into your empty skull, taking over the place where your brain used to be, at which point you are a meat puppet. And that intellect devourer can parade you around, and it's drained enough of your psyche that it retains enough awareness of who you are to pass itself off as you, at least for a short time.
It's horrifying.
It's awfully dreadful, yes. And don't be surprised. I mean, these are tiny creatures, so physically they've got some resilience, but they're not that intimidating. But their attack is so terrifying that even seasoned adventurers show them no mercy.
And they're relatively, in terms of difficulty, they're fairly low, but it's high risk.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You can just lose your character and be gone.
Particularly if your character is not very bright to begin with. If your character is a bit of a dim bulb, you're going to be easily taken by one of these creatures if you're not careful.
Right.
Yeah.
They also kind of look like brain butts to me. I don't know why.
It's the way that you see the brain, how the two halves of it when they come together. There's that bum-shaped.
Yeah. Once you put two legs on that, it looks like a bum.
It does look like a walking brain bum. But don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled. It will kill you.
Yes. Now, maybe there are some out there that make fine pets, but I'm not sure I'd want one.
It only has to turn on you once.
Yes.
So,
in the Forgotten Realms, there is a mind flayer who works for the crime lord Xanathar, who breeds intellect devourers and uses them as spies, because once they get into humanoid bodies, they're great spies. They can move through towns and settlements, and nobody is none the wiser that they're actually brain monsters hiding out in a human corpse.
Now, why don't we have those as a player character species for D&D? We
think we know why, Tom.
Seems totally balanced.